I'm all pro, and you're just an amateur. You can try as hard as you can, but you can't handle us. I'm waiting at the pit and signing autographs. I'm always in first place, you always in the back. For me, I'm all pro, and you're just an amateur. You can try as hard as you can, but you can't handle us. I'm waiting at the pit and signing autographs. I'm always in first place, you always in the back.
APW faithful, it's time once again for Gym Wars. I'm Shane Stolli, joined today by the one and only Donovan Troi. How's it going this morning, Donovan?
It's going great, but today on Gym Wars, we have a huge one-on-one contest between ECW original Mustafa Saeed taking on the Rock of Love, Billy Blade.
Billy Blade looking to take out any and all former ECW, WWE, and TNA stars on the road to a big ladder match later on this month in Santa Maria against Matt Hardy.
And then we have two big men going one-on-one as JR Kratos takes on the Carnival of Shadows' own Sledge.
Kratos has been absolutely unstoppable ever since that Lucky 7 tournament. Let's see if Sledge is able to fare any better against the big man from Sacramento.
And we have a huge main event tag team contest as Rood and wrestling personified Rick Luxury takes on the TheallStars, Perry Von Vicious and Damien Grundy.
The bad blood is reaching all-time highs here on Gym Wars between these five men. Matthew Theall costing Rick Luxury not one but two titles, so you know he's looking to get a piece of that little weasel in the ring today. But let's get down to the ring for the action as Sledge and the Carnival of Shadows make their way out for this big match against JR Kratos. This is going to be fantastic, Donovan.
These men and women, darkness included, the Carnival of Shadows made my life a living hell when I did ring announcing.
Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Corvus and Darkness, from the state of depression, weighing 241 pounds, Sledge.
That make everybody's life hell, Donovan. It's just that's just the way they live their lives. They're not necessarily out for titles. They're not necessarily out for victories. They're just out for punishment of everybody in the ring.
And right now we have the big JR Kratos about to make his way to the ring to take on Sledge.
JR Kratos is an absolute beast. Ever since the Lucky 7 tournament, he's just been on a non-stop roll. He's looking to take down another victim here today in Sledge. Of course, he's got the Carnival of Shadows to contend with. They're going to make it very difficult as both Corvus and Darkness are out at ringside.
That's right, so JR Kratos needs to have eyes on the back of his head because you never know what's going to happen when Corvus and Darkness are around ringside.
Should be interesting to see what happens here between these two big beasts here on Gym Wars.
And his opponent from Sacramento, California, weighing 267 pounds, JR.
I don't foresee to see any real wrestling moves, just hard-hitting action back and forth between these two big brutes. We'll have to see what exactly is going to happen in the ring as soon as Darkness and Corvus exits.
Definitely going to be a battle of the bulls here today as JR Kratos and Sledge stare each other down in the ring and get set to tear each other apart. That just Corvus and Darkness add such a variable to this. It's going to be difficult to tell who is going to come out on top in this match.
What Sledge needs to definitely look out for is JR Kratos' huge spear maneuver, which has taken countless men down for the 1, 2, 3. We'll have to see what Sledge has in his ring toolbox, as they say, to take on Kratos today on Gym Wars.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But Corvus trying to get inside the mind of JR Kratos. But the mind of JR Kratos, once he steps between those ropes, only knows one thing: pain and suffering for his opponent. You know, in that way, he would almost be a good fit for the Carnival of Shadows, don't you think, Donovan?
I would have to say so, because he is not afraid to give the big blows, and he is not afraid to hit people real hard. And it looks like right now he took Corvus's mask. He doesn't look like he's fazed, afraid, or intimidated by anything the Carnival of Shadows are trying to unleash on him right now.
Absolutely not. All the mind games that the Carnival of Shadows love to play, no effect on JR Kratos. As a matter of fact, JR Kratos just taking those mind games and throwing them right back in Corvus's face.
And the bell has been rung, and here are these two big men, perhaps the two biggest we have in APW right now, going one-on-one. Got a lockup right now. Let's see who's going to get the upper advantage. Looks like neither men.
Sledge actually has a little bit of a height advantage, but you got to give the strength edge to JR Kratos here.
That's right. Posing and showing off his big muscles. Sledge also doesn't look intimidated at all by JR Kratos.
Sledge just loves a fight, and he welcomes any opportunity to get in the ring and beat the hell out of anybody that crosses paths with him. So you know that JR Kratos definitely fits the bill when it comes to somebody that Sledge wants to take on one-on-one. Now he's got that nice side headlock locked in. Kratos fires him off. Oh, comes off across with that big pounce.
And Sledge has to regroup, roll out of the ring. He may have to think a different strategy to go against the big JR Kratos. I'm not sure if Corvus or Darkness would be very pleased with this turn of events.
Sledge used to being the bigger man in the ring. Oh! Hot shot slows down Kratos. Oh! Sledge takes out the knee and begins wearing out the left leg of JR Kratos here.
And that's exactly what Sledge needs to do to keep the big JR Kratos on the mat, is take out those knees. Take out the knees, and you have taken all the offense of Kratos out.
Got to stay on those legs, though. There we go.
Mm-hmm. If JR Kratos cannot get to his feet, there's no way that he can hit those big power moves.
For sure, for sure. Well, we did see some surprising mat wrestling from JR Kratos against Jeff Cobb in the Young Lions Cup tournament. So we know that he can go on the mat, but still, you need those legs for equilibrium. You need to get balance, and you need to have both legs strong no matter what you're doing, whether you're standing or on the mat.
That is correct. Kratos showed a really impressive side in the Young Lions Cup tournament, but today he has a different type of battle against Sledge, who may not even care about the rules. As you've said, the Carnival of Shadows is all about inflicting pain and violence to their opponents, and we're seeing that right now as Sledge is trying to take out the legs of Kratos, specifically his left leg. Let's see what's going to happen if Kratos can regroup. And there he is, right back on the ground. Sledge is showing that he has picked a body part, and he is going to keep hitting that part over and over. One count, only a 2 count. Sledge is now choking Kratos.
I think that's a mistake. I think he needs to get back on that leg if he wants to be able to secure a victory here.
I'm absolutely on you with you there, Shane. I think that Sledge needs to keep his attacks on the leg.
Oh, again, now back to the choke. Right across that second rope.
And Sledge has a count of 5 to break it before he gets his qualification.
Oh, now Darkness in.
Did she just hit him with a baby?
She hit it with the baby, that's for sure.
That is not right. The baby? I think the referee needs to watch out because Corvus and Darkness are a big distraction around ringside. But Sledge is not giving up, getting Kratos up to his feet. What is he going to do now?
Oh, head into the turnbuckle. He's got to get back to that leg. I thought he was going for it a minute ago.
Yeah, I think now that Sledge is just trying to add extra pain to all over Kratos' body, for Kratos cannot regroup, or if he could hit his big maneuver and see if he can take big Kratos out. But I'm not sure what is the game plan of Sledge right now. He can't really get a win right now when Kratos is next to the bottom rope.
No, he definitely is too close to the ropes, and there's no way he can get a victory there. But, I mean, this moving all around the body has got to be a mistake. It's definitely going to cost Sledge in the long run. I mean, I feel that, staying on the leg would, help ensure a victory. He could go for a submission, but now he's just trying to punish JR Kratos. I don't know what the strategy is here, but I'm sure that he's got one.
Just pain and violence.
There we go. Back to the leg. Back to the leg. Oh, that's the only way you're going to be able to beat a big man like JR Kratos is wear down a single body part. Do that classic Bobby Eaton, Arn Anderson, Stan Lane, Tully Blanchard style of professional wrestling, and just wear down a body part. Oh, Kratos right to the ropes.
But it was smart for him to apply that submission maneuver to show that Sledge actually has more in his wrestling toolbox. And I think Sledge at this point is just trying to prove not only to Kratos, but to all the APW faithful that he means business and that the Carnival of Shadows should not be overlooked.
This has definitely been one of the most impressive showings from Sledge in his short stay here in All Pro Wrestling. Just absolutely amazing agility, absolutely amazing thought process, and doing a very effective job of wearing down the big man here.
And Kratos right there trying to get a little bit of shots in there to stomach. Not sure what's left in the tank.
Trying to fight back, big right hand. Oh, big clothesline takes Sledge off his feet. A second big clothesline, and Sledge is in bad trouble here after a big back elbow.
And it looks like Kratos is limping there, but I think he's trying to regroup. Let's see what he got left.
Oh, kick to the gut. Now what's he going to set up for here?
Kind of like a final cut maneuver there, but Sledge is almost getting to his feet just as quick as Kratos is.
Yeah, Kratos still really slow after the job that Sledge has done on that left knee. But,
very, very calculated move there. Sledge was able to prevent the big spear.
Oh, not the second time. A big spear by Kratos, and it's a pin. 1, 2, 3, it's all over.
Kratos picks up the win against Sledge.
Your winner via pinfall in 6 minutes, 13 seconds, JR Kratos.
And Kratos with a supreme power boost. Oh, and there goes Corvus.
Here comes Corvus. Lays into Kratos as Sledge gets to his feet.
And both of them regrouping as the Carnival of Shadows and just devastating punches against Kratos, who was able to pick up that big victory and get like a surge of power and pick up that spear against Sledge.
Sledge looking still a little bit groggy, but JR Kratos now stalking Corvus.
And the Carnival of Shadows thinking really wise there that they don't want to mess with an angry Kratos who just proved that if he needs to, he will go deep to get some power. And he was able to pull up that victory with that huge spear.
Corvus upset with Sledge for losing the match. JR Kratos calling for the microphone. Let's see what the big man has to say here today.
APW, they think they're gonna come behind my back and hit me and damage my victory like that and make me bleed. They got something else coming. I challenge not one, but two of those punks next week inside this ring at All Pro Wrestling.
Strong words from JR Kratos challenging both members of the Carnival of Shadows to a match here next week. After a big win over Sledge, he's now ready to take on both Sledge and Corvus next week here on Gym Wars. Fans, we got to go to a commercial, but we'll be right back.
Are you or your son or daughter celebrating a birthday soon? There's no better way to celebrate a birthday than to throw the birthday person a pro wrestling themed birthday party. We have several packages available, including renting our facility with a customized pro wrestling show. Bring your birthday cake and invite your guests to attend a private pro wrestling birthday party. If you are interested in having All Pro Wrestling be a part of your birthday celebration, give us a call at 510-785-8396 or visit the website at www.allprowrestling.com.
But let's get down to the ring. We got some fantastic action about to start as Billy Blade gets set to make his way to the ring. Now, Donovan, both of these guys are fantastic competitors. Who are you putting your money on today?
Well, you have the crafty, extreme Mustafa Saeed taking on the very smart Billy Blade.
Making his way to the ring from Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, California, weighing 221 pounds, the Rock of Love, Billy Blade.
Both men are wily veterans, but that's still, who do you think? Who are you giving the edge to here?
I think the Rock of Love has been on a wave of wins and victories in his tour here. I think Billy Blade might get the victory, but you never know what Mustafa Saeed, ECW original, who knows extreme violence in and outside of the ring. It's going to be an interesting battle for sure, but I think I'm going to give the win, I think I'm going to give the win to Billy Blade.
Billy Blade has definitely been impressive as of late, picking up some big victories over some fantastic competitors. Guys like Gangrel, Brian Kendrick, for those of you longtime APW fans, that was Spanky in the 2001 King of Indies. And of course, most recently over AJ Kirsch. But I mean, Mustafa is he's a beast. He's just absolutely amazing.
It'll be interesting to see how the clash of styles between an ECW original who knows the extreme violence of the original ECW to take it on to a man who knows and uses his feet oh so well. That's Billy Blade.
I mean, anybody that can hang with New Jack as a tag team partner has got to be hardcore, Donovan.
That's right, and here he is coming out, getting the fans to support him. I think the fans will be supporting Mustafa Saeed throughout this entire contest.
And his opponent from South Central Los Angeles, he weighed in today at 276 pounds. He is one half of the former ECW Tag Team Champions, the Gangsters, Mustafa Saeed.
Just a fantastic competitor. One of the most hardcore men in the history of professional wrestling.
And a former ECW Tag Team Champion, so he knows the insides and outsides of this ring. But Billy Blade is also very crafty, especially with those very deadly kicks and those really devastating chops.
And not only that, Billy Blade really the master of the neck breaker as well. He can hit you with a neck breaker from just about any position here in the ring, and it's just absolutely amazing. You never know where he's going to strike from.
We'll see how these different men... Oh, there it goes.
Mustafa starting things off quick with a pair of clubbing right hands to the back of Billy Blade.
That can't feel good. There goes there goes Billy Blade head first into the corner.
Of course, Mustafa just a pioneer of that trademark ECW smash mouth style. Big boot right to the face takes Billy Blade off his feet. Mustafa showing a little appreciation for the fans here.
But what Billy Blade needs to do is obviously take the big man down, get a couple quick covers, throw some big moves, and there we go. That European uppercut takes Mustafa Saeed to the outside.
Oh, Billy Blade off the apron with a big double axe handle, now throwing in some forearms of his own, but Mustafa fighting right back, getting in that big knee to the gut.
And those fans need to make sure they get out of the way because they do not want to get hit by any moves from these two competitors.
The referee letting rules be a little bit loose here today. Of course, you know, with Mustafa in there, you don't want to disqualify him because you might wind up taking a chair shot to the head yourself.
That's right. Toby Reynolds, our APW referee, needs to get out of the way if he doesn't want to get hit by Mustafa Saeed or even Billy Blade.
Billy Blade, of course, he'd get in there with one of those big chops and cave in referee Toby's chest.
And there looks like Mustafa Saeed was trying to choke Billy with the top rope. I'm unsure. I didn't get a clear view there.
Here comes something bad. Oh! Big clubbing forearm right across the chest.
That can't feel good, but there goes a kick to Mustafa Saeed. I think it was that in the kneecap there.
I don't know. That looked a little bit south of the border, that's for sure.
I hope Toby is watching this because these two wild, savvy veterans are going to get in there and do some damage.
Let's see. Another big clubbing forearm to the back. Shot to the head. Billy Blade just not letting up on Mustafa at all. Oh! Big headbutt right to the midsection by Mustafa.
And that was so devastating that Billy had to roll out of the ring to regroup. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, right into the post. Mustafa Saeed just levels Billy Blade.
And referee is counting the big 10 count. Hopefully these gentlemen can roll back in the ring. If not, this match will be over. Mustafa Saeed slide back in. Billy Blade still haven't got to his feet. Let's see what's going to happen. His head is probably throbbing from hitting that corner post.
Billy Blade very slow to get in the ring. Mustafa going to give him a little bit of a hand here, though.
Mustafa Saeed helped Billy Blade in the ring, and now, ooh, pounding his face in with those clubbing blows.
Series of right hands to the face by Mustafa. Billy Blade is in a bad way here.
But in order to win this contest, it has to be by pinfall or submission. There it goes.
1, 2.
Only a 2 count there. Mustafa Saeed needs to do probably a one big move. He might be able to take Billy Blade out after all those headshots he's been receiving to the ring post and to the corner.
you know, with all his dirty tactics, Billy Blade is a very resilient wrestler here. And, you know, you can't get a pin on a guy like Billy Blade with a pin like that. You know, you got to hook that leg, hook it deep. Billy Blade off the ropes. Mustafa telegraphed, and Billy Blade able to cut him off with a big kick right to the chest there. 2.
And just like you said, Shane, I think Billy Blade also needs to hit a big move to take out the big Mustafa Saeed, because this man, he knows the violence. He accepts the pain when he is being dished out. So let's see what Billy Blade, ooh, and a big clubbing blow, and they're going back and forth. Mustafa Saeed, Billy Blade, neither one of these men are trying to give up. Both of these men are trying to look for that victory, but Mustafa Saeed is able to throw Billy Blade out into the war zone.
Mustafa's got Billy Blade very well scouted. Anytime Billy Blade starts to mount a comeback, Mustafa Saeed cuts him off and throws him right back out of the ring.
He knows the outside violence that ECW, the original ECW, was all about. And there he is clubbing blows onto the head of Billy Blade. Can't feel good whatsoever.
Billy Blade definitely lost control of this match a long time ago.
What a chair shot! Should not be a disqualification, Shane.
I believe so, but like we talked about earlier, it looks like referee Toby is being a little bit relaxed with the rules here. Oh, what happened? Mustafa Saeed just went down like a ton of bricks.
I don't know.
Your winner via countout in 4 minutes, 35 seconds, the Rock of Love, Billy Blade.
Billy Blade able to scoot in right at the last minute and pick up a big victory over ECW original Mustafa Saeed. What happened, Donovan?
I have no idea. It looks like after that big chair shot to the back of Billy Blade, Mustafa Saeed was unable to slide back into the ring during the 10 count, and Mustafa Saeed looked like he fell, and Billy Blade picked up a big win on Gym Wars.
Referee Toby and Billy Blade beating a quick retreat. Mustafa Saeed is very upset here with the outcome of this match.
I think Mustafa Saeed has a lot more battle in him. We'll have to see what the future holds for APW and Mustafa Saeed. But the APW faithful are definitely showing some love for the wild Mustafa Saeed.
This man's absolutely amazing. I thought he had it in the bag, but came up just a little bit short for some strange reason. I'm not quite sure what happened there, Donovan. We'll have to go back to the replay and check it out. Fans, we've got a fantastic show coming up next week here on Gym Wars, as we've got Out of Control Matt Carlos taking on the male model Kay Jutler.
And that's going to be an interesting battle between the UK's male model and the wild, out of control Matt Carlos.
APW, here we are again, 6 months on from the Young Lions Cup tournament. A tournament Kay Jutler should have won. I had to wrestle 4 matches over a month in a country I'm not even sure about. How is that fair, really? But that's it. The past is the past. What we're talking about now is 1 week on. 1 week on, I am back in the United States to fight one man, Matt Carlos. Okay, fine. He's a former Young Lions Cup tournament winner. But he hasn't got anything on the greatest British import since Boddington's, the most handsome man in wrestling, the male model, Kay Jutler.
Vendetta Pro Wrestling returns to Lakeview Junior High Saturday, October 27th with WWE star Matt Hardy versus Billy Blade in a hair versus hair ladder match. Also, WWE stars Chavo Guerrero and Ariel. Ringside tickets as low as $15 in advance. Get tickets online at VendettaProWrestling.com or at the Billiards, Leisure Time Games, and Smart Shop Insurance in Santa Maria. Anytime Fitness in Orchid, The Shack in Lompoc, and all Discoteca Miramar locations. Info line 805-260-5586.
Now last week, you saw me lose to someone greater than the grass on my ranch because some foreign devil wanted to get in my affairs. So I know you're here. She kind of body, get in this ring, get the beating that's coming to you. Come on. two of you stop right now. Hold him back. Guys, hey! Frost! Stop. Hold on. First of all, guys. First of all, Sheik. Not too long ago, you walked out on APW. Right now, you know as well as I do you shouldn't be here. However, I do see that the two of you have something you need to settle. But now is not the time, and now is not the place. However, this will be the place at Halloween Hell. But, hold on, because right now you are still not a member of the current APW roster. This will be non-sanctioned. APW will not assume any liability on what you two do to each other. Save it for Halloween Hell. Go. To the back, please. And when he goes to the back, I need you to please leave out the front door. Say what you have to say, and then please exit the building.
Thank you for this time, APW. So, at Halloween, I'll fight Dalton Frost in a non-sanctioned match, right? These people want to see me wrestle in APW again, right? Yeah, I'll be quick. All these people want to see me wrestle again. So, Friday night in Oakland, you can come to Hood Slam at the Metro and see me. But as far as next month, no thank you.
Five, 4.
If you would like to get involved behind the scenes with pro wrestling, we are looking for you. All Pro Wrestling is always on the lookout for talented interns in the areas of television production, including commentators, graphic design, and website design. We also have highly paid commission sales and marketing openings. For more information, email your qualifications and resume and tell us which area behind the scenes you'd love to be involved in. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396 or visit us at www.allprowrestling.net.
Thank you for watching this week's edition of Gym Wars. I'm your host, Jujuka, and here's this week's news break. We're going to start off this week's news break with Donovan Troi. He and Larry Blackwell are standing by as it's time to hear from the commissioner about the state of APW.
APW faithful, at this time, we have the commissioner of All Pro Wrestling, Larry Blackwell. Larry Blackwell, thank you very much for taking this time to speak with me.
No problem.
We were wondering, the APW faithful, what is the state of the APW dress?
Almighty Sheik, Almighty Sheik. I want to know from you, Blackwell, when is my rematch with the Almighty Sheik? You know as well as I do that nothing was solved. So you tell me when we get back in that ring and we play.
All right, Chuckles, you need to relax. It's already set up. In 2 weeks' time, you will get your rematch with the Almighty Sheik. And in fact, it will be for the undisputed heavyweight championship.
Early in the show, we heard from Kay Jutler about facing Matt Carlos next week. I've been informed that we have footage from Matt Carlos recorded earlier today in the world-famous All Pro Wrestling Garage. Let's hear from Matt now.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've been in this ring. And see, actually, the last time I was in this ring, I had to get carried out because I was knocked out dead center in the ring. In my match with Dylan Drake, he knocked me out to a point where I had a concussion. And since then, everything in my brain has been cloudy, haven't been able to sleep. But if there's one thing, one light at the end of that tunnel, it's knowing that I'm gonna be getting out of control one more time. Sometime down the road, I'm gonna be stepping back into this ring.
Looks like Matt will be out a little longer than expected. Those concussions should not be taken lightly, and we're glad he's taken a little bit more time off. With that news, I've been informed that next week, instead of Matt Carlos, Kay Jutler will now face the smartest man in professional wrestling, Sir Samurai.
Do you have what it takes to become a pro wrestler? The APW Bootcamp Training School is accepting applicants for pro wrestlers, managers, valets, and referees. All Pro Wrestling home APW Bootcamp is where future legends are born. For the last 19 years, APW has been the leader in talent development. Top graduates include The Great Khali, Crash Holly, Spike Dudley. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396.
Speaking of injuries, one man with a major shoulder injury made a dramatic appearance in the main event last week between Dylan Drake and Timothy Thatcher. Let's take a look at those closing moments of last week's APW Universal Heavyweight Championship match.
The Universal Heavyweight Championship is 12 pounds of gold, and it just knocked the champion out completely.
What happened?
I think our lights just went out. We lost power. Oh my gosh! That's the Rock Legend Scumbag of Thornstone, Shane Stolli! And he just super kicked the face off of Dylan Drake.
Our backstage correspondent was pretty busy last week as Donovan Troi was backstage and caught up with Dylan Drake as he left the ring area just after the finish of the Universal Heavyweight Championship match against Timothy Thatcher.
Adam Thornstowe, you are the Rock Legend scum, and we have news that you went to go look at a second opinion from doctors regarding your injuries you sustained by the Golden Boy, Dylan Drake. Can you give us an update on that visit you had with those doctors?
You know, I got the MRI done, I got the x-ray done. What I got is a torn labrum in my left shoulder. My bicep tendon needs to be cut and reattached. I got bone spurs coming off my collarbone, and most of it is thanks to you, Dylan Drake. You see, doctors don't know, second opinion, third opinion, if I'm actually ever going to step foot back in an APW ring. You know, that super kick I gave Dylan Drake, that may be the last kick I ever throw. If it is Dylan Drake, it's worth it. Because I watched you get defeated by Timothy Thatcher. So you took from me, Dylan Drake, what I had. I kicked Timothy Thatcher square in the temple and I knocked him out. 1, 2. Then you pulled me off and repeatedly rammed my shoulder into the ring post. You see, I tried to wrestle. I had to get the MRIs done. I had to get the x-rays done. Second opinions, we've been through that. You know, if this is the last you've seen of Adam Thornstowe, if there's no more Halloween Hells, if there's no more Christmas Chaoses, if there's no more future in an APW Universal Heavyweight Championship, I just want to say thank you to all the boys in the back, all the production crew, and most importantly, all the fans who have ever showed up, stood on their feet, got behind me, or booed against me. I thank you all from the bottom of this scumbag's heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. We obviously want you to have a speedy recovery.
We here at All Pro Wrestling wish Adam the best in his recovery from the upcoming shoulder surgery. Next week, we have some incredible matches for you. As we heard earlier in the show, JR Kratos challenged both Corvus and Sledge to a 2-on-1 handicap match, and that match has been signed by Commissioner Larry Blackwell. Next week's main event will be Jekyll's taking on the unified heavyweight champion, the Almighty Sheik.
Vendetta Pro Wrestling returns to Lakeview Junior High Saturday, October 27th with WWE star Matt Hardy versus Billy Blade in a hair versus hair ladder match. Also, WWE stars Chavo Guerrero and Ariel. Ringside tickets as low as $15 in advance. Get tickets online at VendettaProWrestling.com or at the Billiards, Leisure Time Games, and Smart Shop Insurance in Santa Maria. Anytime Fitness in Orchid, The Shack in Lompoc, and all Discoteca Miramar locations. Info line 805-260-5586.
It's main event time here on Gym Wars. Of course, the main event of all pro wrestling Gym Wars, sponsored by Black House Barbecue. Make sure and come down to every single Gym Wars to pick up some of it's amazing, Donovan.
Very tasty chicken, ribs, sandwiches, and you got some tasty, tasty soda and yummy, yummy chips.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite that they got out there at the Black House Barbecue?
I love the pulled pork, not
That's
gonna lie.
Amazing. And with the All-Stars making their way to ringside here for this big tag team match in our main event here on Gym Wars today.
Making their way to the ring, accompanied by the greatest mind in professional wrestling, Matthew Theall. First, from Oakland, California, weighing 281 pounds, the destroyer of man, Damien Grundy. His tag team partner, hailing from PerryVonVicious.com, but making his summer home at www.youtube.com/PerryVonVicious, weighing 211 pounds. He is the APW Worldwide Internet Champion, Perry Von Vicious.
This is just going to be an absolutely intense battle here today. Damien Grundy looking bigger and bigger each time he steps into the ring here on Gym Wars, Donovan.
You have six men, 3 from the TheallStars, 3 with Pink Mink Inc. and Will Rood. This is a battle that's been brewing for weeks on end, and I'm not sure if it's going to end in this tag team match today on Gym Wars.
Perry Von Vicious looks a little bit nervous and stepping into the ring there. I'm not sure if he's as confident about his team's ability as Matthew Theall and Damien Grundy seem to be.
Well, I think that as long as Perry Von Vicious utilizes Damien Grundy's giant strength, I think that they may be able to pull a victory against Will Rood and Rick Luxury, but we'll have to see what the mindset is of Pink Mink Inc. and Will Rood today on Gym Wars.
I can guess what the mindset is going to be. Will Rood and Rick Luxury are looking to beat the hell out of Donovan, out of Perry Von Vicious.
Not me.
No, you're lucky. You're lucky. They're not going to mess with you today. They're going to beat the crap out of Perry Von Vicious and Damien Grundy. I was going to call him Donovan Grundy, but I missed that.
We are not really.
And their opponents, at a total combined weight of 430 pounds, the team of Will Rood and wrestling personified, Rick Luck.
Up, duck the double clothesline. Will Rood and Rick Luxury taking it right to Damien Grundy. Of course, Matthew Theall and Perry Von Vicious, big surprise, nowhere to be found.
And Will Rood and Rick Luxury looks like they are a combined unit wearing that platinum baby blue. We'll have to see what the TheallStars trying to regroup there. Matthew Theall telling Damien Grundy, do not go in there.
Damien Grundy is ready to fight, though. This kid is impressive. He's ready to take on anyone and everyone, but Matthew Theall and Perry Von Vicious want no part of this fight.
We'll have to see if the referee can regroup and get this tag team match underway. It looks like everyone is just ready to fight out there.
Well, it's going to be a couple minutes before this match starts because Matthew Theall hasn't even helped Perry Von Vicious undress yet, so...
That is correct. That is correct. We'll see if Perry is ready to wrestle. Well, it looks like he's trying to take out his gear off a little bit quicker than usual. That might be good for us in the long run. But Will Rood trying to get some shots in early.
Will Rood ready to bring the fight here. Of course, you know, this whole sordid tale has really just, I mean, you need some sort of a Da Vinci Code decoder to be able to figure out what has been going on in the mind of Matthew Theall. I mean, first of all, helping Rick Luxury get the title match to win the Internet Championship from Will Rood. Okay, so we've got that. I thought, I mean, the possibilities of a TheallStars Pink Mink Inc. alliance was just staggering. Then he sets up a tag match with Rick Luxury and Damien Grundy taking on Suke for the tag titles, and for reasons I still can't comprehend, cost his teams the tag title match. Then, as Rick Luxury is the champion, sets up an internet. Oh, here we go. Damien Grundy cuts off Rick Luxury and begins working on him. So he sets up that title match and then puts a clause into the contract to where Rick Luxury has to defend the title against both Damien Grundy and Perry Von Vicious in the same night. And Damien Grundy wins the title, but gives it to Perry Von Vicious.
It is perhaps one of the most unique turn of events in APW history, or even all professional wrestling, as Matthew Theall has able to outthink and outsmart everyone in APW, including
Commissioner Blackwell.
Exactly.
Oh, it blows me away. Damien Grundy standing on the neck of Rick Luxury, allowing Perry Von Vicious to come in and start wearing him out.
And who would think that Will Rood and Rick Luxury, who have such a history of hating and not being able to trust one another,
Okay, 1, 2.
to not be able to trust one another, to be able to be an alliance against the TheallStars, it's just
I guess when there's a prick like Matt Theall at ringside, the hate flows so deep it makes alliances of the strangest fellas.
That's correct. And there goes Damien Grundy showing his power, trying to squish Rick Luxury in the corner and show his dominance. And there he is.
Bear hug.
Overhead
suplex by Damien Grundy. That big belly-to-belly suplex a la Scott Steiner, absolutely laying waste to Rick Luxury.
And what's interesting about Damien Grundy is that he moves very calculating. He knows exactly what he wants to do when he's in that ring. And some people think that he's just trying to follow orders from Matthew Theall. But Damien Grundy knows exactly when to hit those big moves and get that cover. I think Damien Grundy is a very...
Up and over. Rick Luxury. Oh! Big back suplex by Rick Luxury. He regains control from Perry Von Vicious. Will Rood looking to get a tag here. Oh, got to turn your back. Don't turn your back on your partner.
That's right. Looks like Perry's going to need to tag Damien back in. But no, Will Rood's in. And not 1, 2 clotheslines. Will Rood is on fire, and he's ready to lay some punishment to Perry Von Vicious.
Oh, big power slam by Will Rood, taking Perry Von Vicious down to the mat. Follows it up with a set of big right hands. Matthew Theall in panic mode here at ringside.
And Will Rood is not giving up. 1, not 2 European uppercuts. And I think Will Rood is ready to unleash right here on Gym Wars. He is ready to put some pain on Perry Von Vicious.
Oh, Perry Von Vicious has the eyes.
Oh, and a big cheating maneuver there by Damien Grundy, laying out Will Rood, and the referee's trying to get some control in this tag team match.
Damien Grundy a little bit slow. Again, like you said, very slow and calculating in everything that he does. Like you say maybe calculating, but I think it's a little bit of arrogance too. Yeah. Damien Grundy just knows how big and how amazing he is in the ring, and he loves to show off.
And he obviously wants to show off against Will Rood, who's been very impressive the last couple of weeks. And there he goes with a suplex, a classic maneuver. Damien Grundy trying to go for the pinfall.
1, 2. Only a 2 count. Damien Grundy seems to have a personal vendetta against Will Rood here in this whole TheallStars Pink Mink Inc. sort of debacle that we've got going on at Gym Wars. I mean, Damien Grundy seems to have his crosshair set firmly on the chest of Will Rood, looking to take him out any chance he gets. And Will Rood but seems to always be able to get the upper hand, but...
And Perry Von Vicious tagged back in, throwing some shots to the face of Will Rood. Not sure if the referees, there he is. There's so much different elements in this match that the referee is going to be tough to look at one side. Oh!
Big bulldog by Perry. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. Very impressive. Looks like Will tried to turn to block that at the last second there. But so Perry wasn't able to get all of it, but that big headbutt takes control right back to TheallStars.
And Perry tagged in the big Damien Grundy. We'll have to see what kind of huge maneuver he's going to throw Will Rood into.
Uh-oh, got him up. powerful body slam, using all that upper body strength to drive Will Rood right into the canvas here, then picks him right back up for another one, it looks like here. Oh, tosses him.
That can't feel good. Marcus Mack in the corner trying to get the APW faithful on the side of Pink Mink Inc. and Will Rood.
Oh, big side kick. Takes out the side of the head of Will
And Damien
Rood.
Grundy over there with an elbow to Rick Luxury.
Taking a page right out of the Rick Luxury playbook there. Hitting him with that big back elbow when he wasn't ready. Oh, quick roll up. 1, 2. Only a 2 count.
And
Will
Damien
just
Grundy
been
was
worn
not
down.
paying attention. Will Rood was able to pull in that quick roll up. But it looks like
That's
Rood.
that arrogance of Damien Grundy coming to turn around and bite him in the butt there. But he makes the tag to Perry Von Vicious.
And that is smart tag team wrestling right there. Damien and Perry keep exchanging tags, getting the fresher man in. And now Perry's trying to take it on Will Rood with a huge headbutt right there.
1, 2. Only a 2 count after that quick pin. A headbutt is never something I would have expected in the arsenal of a Perry Von Vicious, Donovan.
I agree with you, but I think that at this moment in time, you have to pull anything out of your wrestling toolbook to prove that you are able to hang in there with Will Rood and Rick Luxury.
Will Rood just turning the tide back into the favor of his team, but he desperately needs to make a tag here if this team has any hope of continuing on in this match.
I agree with you 110%. Will Rood needs to crawl, jump, do something to get Rick Luxury, the way fresher man, into this battle. Perry Von Vicious looks like
there
he's
we
been
go.
in war.
Tag to Rick Luxury.
There we go.
Perry Von Vicious gets leveled with a big clothesline. Big back elbow by Rick Luxury takes Perry Von Vicious off his feet again, and a side heel kick for a third time, driving Perry Von Vicious right to the mat. Rick Luxury fires him off. Comes up, big backdrop, throws Perry Von Vicious into the lights here.
And the APW faithful are completely behind Pink Mink Inc. Rick Luxury in the ring right now, but Damien Grundy in the ring.
Big choke slam, but Will Rood comes in and levels Damien Grundy right into the side of the head. A couple of big European uppercuts. Now he's going to fire Grundy off. Oh, Grundy reverses.
What is he doing here? Is he going to try to throw him out to the war zone?
Oh, Will up and over. Big drop kick sends Grundy right into the ropes. Will Rood clothesline. Damien over the top rope.
And the referee is trying to get order here, but I'm not sure if Will Rood is going to try to do something from the top rope.
Will Rood up high in the high-risk district here. Comes off, double axe handle. Damien Grundy is out. Damien Grundy is out. Will Rood with that big double axe handle absolutely decimates.
And he's continuing the pain outside with those big right hands, big fists in the face of Damien Grundy. I think Will Rood is trying to get Damien Grundy out of this completely.
Perry Von Vicious staggered. Rick Luxury ducks the clothesline. Oh! Big face crusher by Rick Luxury, goes for the pin. What's Matt Thiel doing? Distracted. Oh!
Marcus Mack taking Matthew Thiel off of the apron and just wailing on him on the outside.
Things have gone absolutely crazy here. Will Rood battling Damien Grundy, Marcus Mack, and Matt Thiel getting in the mix. Oh! Perry Von Vicious with a pair of brass knuckles.
Are you
hit Rick
serious?
Luxury right
Are
in
you
the face.
serious?
1,
No,
2,
no.
No!
Not
Perry
like
Von
this.
Vicious.
Your winner via pinfall in 10 minutes, 16 seconds, the team of Damien Grundy and the APW Worldwide Internet Champion, Perry Von Vicious.
I absolutely cannot believe that the All-Stars have screwed over Rick Luxury and Will Rood yet again. You know what? I take it back. I can believe it. It's become such a pattern here on Gym Wars that it's just absolutely par for the course.
I think it's amazing to know that the TheallStars have been so calculating and so crafty to be able to outsmart.
What
happened
Perry
there?
Von Vicious just leveled Marcus Mack. Rick Luxury, though, up to defend his longtime friend and manager. But, man, this has just been an absolutely bizarre showdown. That's it for Gym Wars today, fans. Once again, we'd like to thank Black House Barbecue. Make sure to join us next week here for another exciting edition of Gym Wars.